Hello everyone, this is Thomas Pepin NHL Talk. I'm Thomas Pepin and let's play some NHL. Continuing the franchise mode series where I've taken over the Toronto Maple Leafs. We're on season 15, episode 3. Partway through the season, sit at 33, 19, and 2, which is not very good. And if you were in the previous, well, actually, if you were in the previous stream, I wouldn't need to say this. So if you didn't see the previous stream, currently our issues right now are goaltending. Save percentage is very poor. It's below 900. And I don't know if it's two defensemen, but at the very least one is playing poorly. And then everything else is kind of fine. So scoring's fine. Just part of our defense and our goaltending's poor. We're within reach still to move up and win the President's Trophy again. I would say it's not certain, that's for sure. But like I said last stream, I don't know if it's all that critical. So we're on season 15, so I'm 12 for 14 winning the President's Trophy. What is it, 5 or 6 Stanley Cups? I can't remember. One sec, let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're successful, and I mean, maybe my expectations are too high. Like, I wish we were 50% winning Stanley Cups or better. President's Trophy, I'm okay with where we're at. But, so long story short, 2 of the seasons we didn't win the President's Trophy. I think we were in second place for both, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know if it's critical if you turn it, because like one of those, we won the Stanley Cup. So anyways, long story short, I don't know if it's critical that we're in first place, but it'd be nice. So hopefully that happens, but it's not the end of the world if it doesn't. We just need to make the playoffs. So, and for that reason, in the previous stream, what I explained is I'm not going to do anything drastic. I'm not going to pick up a rental goalie. I'm not going to shake anything up because I don't think it's going to benefit us in the short term or the long term. So, what's the point? So that's kind of where we're at. And yeah, so we're on back-to-back, and the correct goalie I think is already in, so I don't think I need to do anything except I can start simming. Now, who that goalie was, I don't know for sure, but thankfully, because we know the rotation of the goalies, it should be obvious. Why is our attendance so low? So it would have been Stevenson, so it's Subban that's in then. Oh, those are all the guys we just signed to replace the guys we just traded. So those are all done. I gotta keep reminding myself not to forget to monitor Washington's position in the standings because we want to trade that first round pick we have of theirs. Oop, they're starting to slip. This has happened before, so I just hope that it goes a bit more than that. 51-49. Okay, so yeah, if they do slip just a few points, there'll be a high first round pick, in which case we'll trade it for next year's first round pick of actually probably theirs, to be honest. Actually, on that note, if we're trading theirs for theirs, what's the value of next year's pick? Because maybe we could have already done it. No. So it's way high, and then I think currently it's not as high. Yeah, so we're going to have to wait. I forget if I save. Let's save anyways. So I should explain why I always have said this in the past, but just a reminder. So I always put this to the minimum. It guarantees that they get sold at least as much as possible. And based on the combination of 99% marketing to season tickets, 1% to general, and then maxing out the spending on advertising, it should result in selling like 99% of the tickets, close to 100. So I'm sure there's other ways maybe I could be accomplishing the same thing, or maybe there are, maybe there aren't. But that's the priority because I think it's like 60 or 65 or something like that percent of your revenue comes from season tickets. So it's best to make sure that you sell them all. Of course, theoretically, you'd want to maximize revenue by adjusting pricing to get it correct, but that's too tedious, and I don't know if I can necessarily have enough of an impact. So I at least know this works, and just follow the KISS principle, keep it simple. All right, so we're on another back-to-back. Anaheim's, I'm assuming, the better team. 37-22, so just barely. So Subban's going to go for game 1, and then Stevenson game 2. That's already set up. Save. And so at this point, so I didn't do the timing right for creating those underperformers in the AHL. So realistically, we're probably not going to have any to trade right now, but I'll have a look anyways. How has this guy done? So he's still sitting about the same, just under a point per game in the AHL. So he's not quite deserving, in my opinion, of playing in the NHL. So, I mean, I don't know. I think if you had this in real life, he would be deserving, but with our team, I don't think he's quite there. He's good. 28 is 56, so that's good. 25 is 50, good. Don't know. Very good. Don't know. Good enough. Good enough. I think he's gotten better. And to be honest, I don't know if it's... That being said, this guy actually could trade. I was going to say, I don't know if it's even all that important to do the trades, but if people stand out, then I will. How many years does he have left? And he hasn't been that great this season. How was he in the playoffs? Because if he wasn't good in the playoffs, then we'll get rid of him. Yeah. So he's been with us for a bit, but if a guy's not performing, there's like limits to loyalty. So none of the new guys. Oh, well, I guess they wouldn't have gotten in the lineup because I didn't make any, do any triggers to make it happen. That guy's not enough. $16. Oh, the other thing I should be looking at is years left, because if they have none, They haven't been that great, then what's the point? Okay, so first, let's use these guys and upgrade a pick. So a 7th to 3rd, maybe? We have to find somebody that wants... I think it's only more in that. Yeah. So somebody with space for 3 and wants more in. I don't think they... yeah. Buffalo, maybe. Ottawa. Ottawa it is. Let's see if we can get a 2nd round pick. What can we package? 4th. Oh. Maybe. Okay then. What was the other team? Buffalo. Sweet. Okay, and then I should be checking it this way. So defense, I think, has been all good. He's good. So Nielsen's our NHL depth guy. I think this guy will be our 2nd backup. He's been okay. And I think this guy's expendable. I think that's the only guy left. Oh yeah, there's this guy. 17. We have him for 3. So, because he's got elite potential, we might as well just hold on to him. should be at 25 or so points. Yeah, we'll save him. And wait, because, oh no, he wouldn't be a good enough backup for the NHL, so... yeah. Okay, so this guy, where can we send him? So we'll also try to upgrade a pick to a bad team. Are Oilers that bad? Not really. I think it might be as good as we're gonna get. Oh, but the Islanders were really bad. Oh, they don't have space. Sure. What else is going on with them? So nobody's expiring. I'm just thinking there's probably so if I'm going to try to package to get a first round pick, there's probably a better option. So a team with expiring contracts or not too many good players or something like that. Yeah, like this would be a good idea. They've got too many players. Ottawa, I think, is too good. Oh, lots of expiring contracts. They have no cap space. Is their goaltending any good? kind of. So maybe Ottawa. We'll keep looking though. San Jose. Yeah, it's not too high a value, so we can do this one. And package our first. Alright, that's fine with me. So now we have, well, it will be 3 first-round picks for next season. So through signings, free agent signings and stuff, that should be, so we built back at least one of the first rounds that we got rid of, so that's good news. Cool. And in this case, again, just like last season, I'm not going to bother signing anybody. But just before I say that, I want to make sure that in the AHL we have enough guys for each position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. And then definitely for D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cool. Wasn't there one of these guys? Or did I already trade him? That was defensive. I guess I traded him. Okay. So that's all sorted. Let's save. I hope there's nothing I'm missing here. I don't think so. Two-way forward. Nope. I think that's 2 losses in 3. Yep. So then that means it goes Subban, Vegetti. Now, since we're at the trade deadline, what I should do is just have a quick look at what's going on with our players here. Because I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't at least evaluate if I need to make any trades. So Taves has slipped just slightly, but he's still pretty good for a rookie season. Say pretty good. It's funny, my expectations are a point per game for a rookie. But if you're playing like top line minutes, you should be. Sagan's doing good. Mertens has slipped a fair bit. 48 and 58. So maybe we should make an adjustment there. Oh, but it's line fit, I'm nearly certain, is the problem. That's why it's kind of easier to look at it at this screen. So, yeah. Well, can Taves play on 2? He's better on 2. So let's do that, actually. So far. So I have to adjust all the power play and all that stuff, but I want to make sure about who goes where. So Brendan Moore, Threlfall, Taves. Actually, on that note, is the ice time lining up correctly? Threlfall, Taves. Basically, yeah. So by starting the second line, it basically evens out second and first line minutes, which is fine. Okay. Then Martins goes to or stays on first, actually. Taves goes to second. Wakabayashi goes to first. He's still ahead of Sawatsky. Shevnikov. Kovalev. Sawatsky's playing center. So Sarno's turned it around since he changed lines, but David hasn't. So David is the problem. But he stayed even at least. So whoever he's playing with, which I think is Johnson, appears to have stabilized his performance. And then whoever Sarno's playing with, which I believe is Sagan, has improved his performance. Serial, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Henriksen. So maybe, because I think Sawatsky, yeah, he can do face-off, so then if I throw... it's going good, nothing too exciting going on. So if I put Sawatsky there, Henriksen down, Mackin across, Moses there, Kovalev can go on that side. I think that's what we'll do. Left. I think that's good. Thrillful. Okay. Oh, it's Kiviharu that's playing with Sarno? In any case. So that's all good. That's good. 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 Cool. Rest is fine. Subban's still in net. So, yeah, basically what I could be doing is trading David. As we've discovered, he's the only one really that's having a problem right now. And then we could theoretically do goaltending. Actually, on that note, I haven't looked if there's been any change. If I had to guess, there's no change. And there wasn't. So, and like I said, I mean, so we're pretty much... Ooh, the Capitals have slipped, I think, to where we need to maybe do a trade. 62. Oh, and now would be the time too. Pause my thoughts. You know what? It's probably better to wait it out. It's probably going to stay about the same, so I don't know if it's really worth it at this point to trade. Oh no, BSG, I just saw you're there. So no, you're coming right, how many minutes in? So I'm in 45 minutes, so you're halfway-ish. So, good enough timing, I guess. I mean, there's not anything too crazy going on in this stream. We're just going to finish the regular season, basically. And yeah, I was just debating about trading that Washington pick, but I think I'm going to ride it out and see what happens to the value over the rest of the season. I just hope they don't do better. But I don't think the pick's going to get worse in value, so we'll just leave it. But yeah, anyways, what I was going to say is, I think at this point, if I was to make any other changes like trades for David or whatever, it's just doesn't make sense. I think it's an off-season thing. If we don't finish first, it's not the end of the world. What was our owner goals anyways? Win the Stanley Cup. Uh, 90% of sweets. We should get that. Hopefully we can get to the second round, so stretch goals is possible. Stanley Cup is, I mean, definitely uncertain at this point. So we should get most of our goals anyway. Since the President's Trophy isn't one of them, then it's not really that big of a deal as long as we make the playoffs. And so 71's the highest in the Metro. We're I was going to say well above that, but we're enough above that basically, like, their top three we should be able to beat even if we have a bad rest of the regular season. So we'll just ride it out and see what happens, I guess. And Cyril, what did you say there? Nice, congrats on the cup. Cool. So after this point, basically it's just straight simming, because there's not going to be any trades or anything. What happened there? 2 firsts for Krog, basically. Yeah, Serial, anytime I do a franchise mode, I basically completely redo the roster. I never keep it close to what it was. What's this guy's story? It's two-way. Decent track record. Oh, we've had him before. It's 29. 20 years left. And I don't think it's worth it. Rebuild. So just to clarify, are you talking about when you start franchise mode? Or do you, because like, I'm assuming that's what you mean, because if I take on any team, I'm basically building it from scratch. So I'm assuming you mean when you start with a team as opposed to during with a team. Because like, so for example, I've explained before on here, yeah, because like, so I'm at, like I was saying earlier, 12 President's Trophies in 14 full seasons. So I don't believe in like a roller coaster of a, because okay, you have teams that they build up to win a Stanley Cup and then they tank and then they go up and they tank, and I don't believe in that. I believe you can manage a roster straight through and always competes, and that's kind of what I've done with here. So there's never really any time other than when I start with a franchise where there's technically rebuilding. So yeah, when I start with a roster and I remake it, it depends is the answer. So I always like it depends most on what the team has for assets. So if you're starting with, I can just show you, I can't show you because now we don't have the trade screen. Okay, so like let's say you have a whole bunch of players that are crappy value for trades. You're going to be limited to whatever you can get in return for those players. So in that case, it's always going to be proven veteran players that have low trade value is what I'm going to go for. If you have lots of assets, like including first round picks and all that kind of stuff, then I'm going to package anything and everything to get preferably guys that are in a growth stage. So somewhere to the start of when they're starting to develop, but not when they're at their prime quite yet. So like, what would be a good example? Who would be a good example? Give me a sec. The problem is that I'm so far in the future now that I can't really see. Not quite like a Spencer Knight. For me, I just wouldn't be certain about his performance, so he's not a good example because he's kind of unproven. So like a Shane Wright would not be a bad idea. He'd be on the earlier end of what I'd start with, like maybe slightly too young, but kind of within range. Zegras, yes, but I wouldn't pick up Zegras. Caulfield, maybe. Bedard would be nice, but his trade value is so high, and plus you draft him to start. NHL 23, who else is there? Perfetti's slightly young. Anybody else? Stützle would be nice. He's a good pick. So stuff like that. So they're not proven, but they're not unproven. Maybe where they have like probably around 2 seasons, because if they get to like 3 or 4 seasons of proven performance, then that's when they're going to be more expensive to pick up. But yeah, maybe like 2 seasons of good performance are the kind of guys I'd target. So there's maybe a couple examples. And then to round out the roster, depending on how many assets you have, then you use veterans for the rest of it, basically. Anywho, back to simming. Yeah, so serial, that's kind of basically what I was getting at there. But it's all based on whatever assets you have. Because like if you don't have many assets, then you're kind of your hands are tied. But if you have a lot of assets, then that's where you can aim a bit higher in terms of what you pick up. Man, I don't know how Winnipeg's doing so well. So I'm due for maintenance the next away stretch. I'm gonna have to do a bit of that. Oh yeah, that was away. Fractured left elbow. Well, at least he's supposed to be back for the playoffs, but that's a bit annoying. Okay, so here it would almost certainly be Sawatsky that goes up. 39 points. 45. Then I think it's Henriksen that comes up 25, 28, 24. So yes. Moses goes center. Whoops, wrong way. Nielsen comes in. Switch you guys. And then we got to make all the rest of the adjustments again. So you can go there, you go here. Do we have a defenseman producing better than the forwards? 16, 16, 15. I already know him. 17. So the answer's no. So that means it's Henriksen. That's fine. So Sawatsky's the shooter. Oh, but we gotta flip him over. Okay, so then Sagan's left. Henriksen right. Sagan. Then Koshevnikov. I think that's right now. Cool. No impact there. Misa. Sawatsky. Taves. Oh. Wakabayashi, I think, right? Wait, who's on line 1 again? So no, okay, that's wrong. So it's Wakabayashi here. Taves and Sawatsky. Good. Man, is it ever lucky to be so deep. It sucks that our fourth line's not the best, but it's good enough. We don't have anybody that's good at phase loss here. He was 69, 67. I guess we'll just do that. Then oh no, it's wait, yeah, Wakabayashi. That's it. So we're on a bit of a roll. It looks like we're going to be locks to yeah, locks to make the playoffs at least, but we got a good shot at competing for the President's Trophy. Just one sec to answer your question there, Serial. Oh, whoops. I meant to check. I have no idea why there's 0 sales. How many rebuilds have I done? And how much? So the like button is blocking where it says, have you done in 23 and how much something cups? So I don't know what that says there because it's blocking it. So this is this is the first time I've done franchise mode, and I did it live. And I haven't owned this game since NHL 14. So not only have I not owned this game for a long time, I also am doing it live. I only practiced for, I think it was 2 seasons before I started doing this live. So this is my first attempt at franchise mode, and like I said, I have 12 President's Trophies in 14 seasons, 6 Stanley Cups. So I'd say not too bad for such little experience having played this game. So I'm still learning, and obviously not the best performance, but I think it's okay given my lack of experience. Cool. Well, that's what I was going to do before. I was going to send that, but that's okay. Nice, that's not bad. So I was going to check exactly where we sat in the standings before simming that game, but I simmed. Okay, so we are 2 points back, being tied for first in our division. We've got plenty of space, so we're definitely making the playoffs, I would say, at this point. Capitals have slipped a lot, which is great news for us. But it'll have to be at the draft that we trade away that pick, so I just got to remember to do that. And then 90, 90, 88, 97 is the best out there. It doesn't seem like we're going to be able to catch that, so probably turn out finishing like second or third or something like that in the league, which again for me is okay. I'm fine with that. I'd like another President's Trophy, but you can't win every season. Back-to-back losses, so we need to switch goalies. Oh, cereal, I should say, if it makes any difference. But I am playing on Superstar, hard trades, and then everything else, like all the sliders are on hard too. So the hardest of the hardest that I could possibly play. And this is how I've done after not having played for so long. So, yeah. Okay, so I think we're doing maintenance now. It's not perfect, but it's as good as we're going to get. Oh yeah, it is Vegetti that stays in. Oh, and I have to sim forward. And we're on a back-to-back. So yes, it is Vegetti. Since I'm already in this screen, I can just prove I'm not lying. Difficulty Superstar. Where is it here? Trade difficulty hard. And then everything hard here. So I don't know how much the sliders make a difference in terms of difficulty when you're simming, but just in case it makes it more difficult, I did it anyways. Oh yeah, he is playing. Well, again, at least he's only hurt to basically the end of the regular season, so I'd rather that than in the playoffs. Then, whoops. I think it's just a, well, not just a straight substitution. Because we'll flip these guys. Penalty kill. I think that's it. Back-to-back losses again for Vegetti. So he comes out after I do all this stuff. Is everything still... Yeah, none of them are done. I guess this can go back up to maximums. $69 and $92. And then what was it that was being maintained here? Suites. So suites can probably go up. Wait, is that all this? Did I see wrong? Executive suites, okay. So this one is 589. Okay, so Jetty comes out, Subban comes in. We're playing the same team on a back-to-back, so we want the better goalie on the home game and the lesser goalie on the away game. So it should be as it currently is set. Yeah. Loss. So actually, based on the timing, I'm theoretically could do the playoffs too. I don't know if I want to though. I might as well actually. That was away. Then I think it's Carolina that's worse. Yeah, so then we switch the goalies. Um, home game. Okay. So everyone's healthy. I think I could have played Sarno the previous game. I forgot to do that, but it's okay. We'll do both at the same time. All right. So how is everybody doing? 53, 50. So Wakabayashi stays. That's 66. So Taves stays. 47 versus 50. So Sawatsky goes here. 37. 39. So Henriksen goes back there. Moses there. Mackinnon there. How did Nielsen do? 4 assists in 12 games, -1. That's respectable. Obviously, he's not staying in, but he did his job. And then Sarno comes back in. How'd he do? 1 assist +1, perfectly fine. As long as you're even, that's as much as we can expect. David, he's gotten worse. 16, 74 penalty minutes. Anybody else near? Johnson has none. 26. You know what? Let's do. Let's do that. Yeah. Hooray. Power play. So it's Kuzhevnikov. Martins goes here. Martins is the shooter. That's good. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting this. So also we have a brand new coach. So I gotta keep reminding myself, and I guess you guys too, that theoretically that could be a part of the reason why we're not doing as good. Wait, who did I put there? He's the guy with penalty minutes. So then it's Sarno that goes here. And Sarno, I guess, partially turned it around. Johnston and Kiviharu. And then David Saren Hamo Sagan Sarno Johnston Kiviharu David Saren Hamo. So I'm almost certain we're trading David away. He had one really good season, like 5 seasons ago. And outside of that, it's been about the same, not bad. And like, look, he's plus 43 here, and he tanks to minus 12. And I think, like, at a cap hit of 8 million, you can't be minus. Oh yeah, and I gotta change these too. So it is Misa Martins. Is it? No, it's Wakabayashi Taves. Krishevnikov, Sawatsky. Misa Martins. I think that's it. I forget if I did the goalies. I don't think so. Oh, I must have. Fractured jaw. He's only going to be out a couple games. Deking, agility, puck control, passing. Yeah, that's not that critical. Sore foot, April 29. So this one's... Oh, again, it's not quite a straight substitution, but pretty darn close. Oh, God. -2. I don't think I can do that. I'll have to do that. I think that's it. So he's going to miss, I think, only the first round or about that. So it's not a huge loss. Actually, I don't know if we're supposed to switch them, but yes, we are. Okay, so I still have basically half an hour, so I will do the playoffs. Hopefully it's not a short playoffs, but we will see. So we'll preview the first round in a sec. We need to do playoff pricing. This is something always don't forget. Pricing in the regular season is different than the playoffs. And you'd be missing out on revenue if you don't adjust it. Parking, we'll put that down. Okay, that's good. Now auto assign and adjust. So if you saw, there's a huge leap in price for the playoffs. So this one Start at 240 and 372. 483. And 627. I forgot to double check that was correct. All right, so first thing we need to sort out is our goalie rotation. So this is all going to be based on the regular season, which on that note, you might as well just review player performance. Before we do that. So, Brendan Moore over a point per game throughout fall. This is his third season. So he's been stellar, and what a signing. 9.6 million. Really good value there. And then Brendan Moore, we picked up him in a trade, and he had good value too. So Misa also in a trade. Again, good value. Over a point per game. Taves, rookie season, nearly a point per game, 33 goals. Pretty stellar. Sagan, just shy of a point per game. What a stud guy that we got for basically nothing. And his contract is, 3.4 million. Ridiculous. Martin slipped a bit, then kind of regained, it looked like, a little bit too. 32 goals. It's pretty darn good. How many years? And we signed him at a, look at that. Really team-friendly contract. Because, look, he's scored 50 goals, 48, 37, 31, 37, 39. Stellar. Wakabayashi took a step back, I thought I was going to say, but I guess he basically was the exact same in his second season, so not very good. He could be on the way out. Sawatsky's the one that took a step back. So he went up to a point per game, slipped a bit, and then slipped more, and he had opportunities. So no real excuse, and we signed him at a decent contract if he performed better. And then Wakabayashi's going to be up for renewal. So we'll probably decide between these two based on what Wakabayashi asks for. So Kozhevnikov, basically, he's been about the same. Actually, no, even worse. So he's slipping. We'll probably trade him. Kovalev, free agent signing. Did exactly what he was supposed to do, playing third line, fourth line minutes. So happy with that. How much did we sign him for anyways? 7.5. So we're going to trade him in the offseason too. Henriksen, perfectly good for fourth line. Mäkinen, same thing. Moses, same thing. Kivaharu actually was a very stable defender. He's kind of improved slightly. So that's awesome. David, really rough season. Johnston was, I guess, mediocre. Way less than last season, but still good enough. I'm okay with that. Maybe not for his cap hit. I don't know. It's not bad. Defensemen are hard to find right now anyways. Saren Hamo, kind of average. Is his penalty minutes consistently? Yeah, pretty high. He might be one of the guys on the way out too. What's his contract left? Sarno. He took a step back too. So a number of people didn't play well. Nielsen as just a fill-in, that's perfectly fine. Corbin as a fill-in, perfectly fine. So happy with all that. Now, the moment of truth is goalies. So believe it or not, Stevenson was the best. But essentially, they're all the exact same. So we'll start with Stevenson. Oh, wait, no, that means we're supposed to close with Stevenson? Yeah, that means we're supposed to close with Stevenson. So Vegetti, we start with, then Stevenson. And if we have losses, then that means, do we do one loss, you're out? I almost think that's better since they're all the same. Yeah, one loss, you're out. So this is going to be a different strategy than previously because they're all not playing well in the exact same amount, basically. So but then does that mean we start with Stevenson? So, because if it goes, so it's loss, then him, or if we start with him and then it's unknown, but then when it matters we're playing a lesser goalie. That's a tough call. No, we should start with, so we'll start with Vegetti, then Subban, and depending on how things go, Stevenson closing or coming in sooner. So I think that's going to be the strategy. And then the next thing we need to figure out is team performance. So actually, we might as well see where we sit in the whole league. So we finished in 4th, which is actually not that bad. I stand corrected. So our goals for per game slipped slightly too. Not by by basically 0.2, which isn't a crazy amount, but it's not nothing either. And goals against are quite high because we're like right in the middle of the league for that. Power play, 2nd in the league. Penalty kill, 4th. So that was the other thing we needed to figure out, is if we need to make adjustments to the penalty kill, and it looks like no, because it's good enough. So because of the standings, how does that... So that means we're 3rd seed in our division. We play Florida, who is ahead of us in the standings. So to preview, we have a worse goal differential, but we have more goals for. Power play percentage is noticeably better. Penalty kill is noticeably better. And we've played pretty well away, but they have too. So we're basically like evenly matched across the board. It's just special teams we're supposed to be better. So it's close. We'll see what happens. Oh, and I gotta switch to goalies before I forget. I'll save a duplicate too. Alright, so we said we're starting with Vegetti. Stevenson backup, is that? Yeah, because then we could still win games, potentially, if he has to replace. So I think that makes the most sense. So the first time in a long time that we've started the playoffs on the road. So we'll see what happens. So at least this time around, we're the underdogs. So we're not supposed to win, which is kind of good in a sense. Means the pressure's off. So Vegetti stays in, and I just saw that Kovalev was injured. It's short term, it looks like. Oh. We don't know what his injuries are. Does that mean I play him or I take him out? It's a good question. If it's a playable injury, he's playing on the third line. Yeah, it's important enough minutes that maybe I should. Yeah, I'm going to change the lines. Okay, so Henriksen up, Sawatsky across, Moses across, Nielsen in, flip, power play. Who goes there? Henriksen. Moses and I think it was Sawatsky was good defensively. Okay. Good, because yeah, he's not even healthy yet. Okay, and then so Vegetti lost, so that means Subban comes in. Fractured jaw. So he's almost back. We'll wait. Okay, and then this is perfect timing for Stevenson to come in anyways, so But he gets 2 losses, in which case we get eliminated, so I think that's okay. Okay, so Henriksen there, Moses there, Mackin there, Sawatki there, Kovalev there. Kovalev. How's he done? Pretty good. So nothing else there. Nothing else there. Then he lost. Jetty goes back up. And actually, one thing I should check is how's our penalty kill, because we might just put Sawatsky back where he was. Power play's 50, which is really good. Penalty kill, not as good. So then, yeah, Kovalev does come in. Okay. All right. Good for Taves, rookie season, and he's our point leader. All right, we're getting eliminated. Brandemore's injured, but we're going to play him anyways. We got not much of a choice. He's our star player, one of our star players. We could get eliminated, so we might as well. Stevenson stays in. So it's almost certain this one's over. Unfortunately. It's not going to matter if we're eliminated, which we are. Okay, well, so much for those playoffs. Oh, I forgot I can send those guys down to the AHL. So whoever's eligible, we might as well put them there. So Taves can go down. How old is Corbin? Oh, I guess both can go down. That's it. All right, let's see how our AHL team can do. Yikes, guys. Ooh, game 7. Hey. Just in case. Yeah. Look at Taves going down to the AHL and slaying. Another game 7. Oh, I didn't know it was my renewal year. They are offering to renew. Well, it's clearly Toronto. I built this franchise. It's a no-brainer. Interesting. Game 7, Calder Cup final. We won. That means almost certainly Taves, maybe. Oh, but it sent him back up to the NHL, so he might not even get that trophy. Oh, Ren's got the point winner. That's good. Most valuable player. Pretty good. But not most goals. Rookie of the year. Best goaltender we got. Brunstrom got the most valuable player, but it was probably Taves that deserved it. Cool. We're out of time for the stream, so it's actually good timing. And where's the pick? So it stayed where it was. So who retired? Almost certainly nobody from us. Any of our coaches? One, I think that was our temporary fix guy, if I'm not mistaken, but draft interviews, so we'll save here. Owner goals unhappy. Well, he just extended me 4 years, so I'm lucky for you. Yeah, so that's where we'll leave it. Actually, let's just take a look at our player stats from the playoffs. Like, I'm pretty certain, we'll start with goaltending, that it just wasn't good enough. Like, look, you can't win games with a 8.57 save percentage. It's not telling us how the other guy did. Where is he then? There he is. Yeah, 8.41, like that's not going to do anything in the playoffs. So, goaltending was a major problem for us, clearly. Kozhevnikov did well in the playoffs, as he has done in the past. Taves did great, which is pretty good news. Brandamore as expected, Sawatsky as he should probably be doing, Martins as expected, Wakabayashi good, Sagan good, Misa a bit below, David was a minus, Threlfall maybe slightly below. So really everything was kind of as expected, just not good enough goaltending. So, does it mean we're going to make any changes? I don't know. Maybe should. It's kind of tough to say. Did we win any other player trophies? Like, I don't really care that much, but just out of interest. Nah, nothing. All right, so another disappointing season. So, well, we'll figure out what we're gonna do. Maybe make changes in net. Inexpensive veteran goalies, maybe. I don't know, because it's weird, because Vegetti did great last season, and then he did horribly. And another thing that changed, like I said before, is the coach. So is it the coach? I don't know. It's tough to say. Or is it just new coach? Maybe give him a couple more seasons to see what happens. But because we weren't winning before the coach change anyways. So, like, I mean, we were winning the President's Trophy, but we didn't win in the playoffs. So it's probably team composition, something there. And we already know we're going to probably get rid of two guys at the very least, David and Kashevnikov. And then maybe a third guy in Wakabayashi, depending on what his extension, what he's asking for. So we will make enough changes anyways. And then what we'll probably do is make those changes, see how we're doing partway through the season, and then probably make changes from there, I'm guessing. That's probably the strategy. So anyways, that's it for this one. If you like the stream, hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe, turn on notifications. The channel homepage has upcoming streams on regular NHL content. That's on Friday. Recap of the week in the real NHL. And if there's not enough news, which so far there isn't much news, well, last time I checked at least, they might cover 2 weeks and be pushed to next week. And then just a reminder that the Friday morning or early afternoon one, I'm not going to do this week. I have too much stuff to do, so nothing there. For things I can't schedule ahead of time, like franchise mode, that schedule's in the About section of the channel, runs Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Be a pros whenever I have time or feel like it. Any comments, leave them in the comments, suggestions likewise, and we will see you guys tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern, to start the off-season. Disappointing season. And how did Arizona win the Cup? They were struggling partway through the season, too. I don't know. Anyways, okay, bye.